get filled up and get fired up, and that's good. But right in the verse beside it is, I also want you to quiet down. I also want you to slow down. Someone once said, if the devil can't make you bad, he'll make you busy. Anybody a busyaholic here? We feel like something's wrong if we're not busy. If we're not keeping busy all the time. Uh-oh, I might be getting lazy. I better get busy. If the devil can't make you bad, he'll make you busy. I know one of the things that goes right out the door when the busy bug bites me is my quiet time. The time that I get alone. The time that I go in the bedroom and just be quiet and listen to the Lord. Can I make another confession this morning? Sometimes the quietest moment I share with the Lord comes during our prelude on Sunday morning. And then I start to rewind the tape and I go, oh man, at least I have that minute and a half where I can just quiet myself and say, God, I'm here in body and in spirit. When are those quiet times for you? When do you draw near to the quiet water? I was so thrilled to hear that so many women went on this retreat this last weekend. That's a beautiful thing. When people can pull away and be somewhere else and get nourished and go to a quiet place. I don't know, was there any ladies who took their children along? No way. It was a quiet place. Where are you going to find the quiet time? Is it going to be in your bedroom? Is it going to be early in the morning? Is it going to be late at night? The Good Shepherd wants to call you to the quiet waters. But then what's the result of all this? Let's read from the back. Come on. Let's read together from the point. He restoreth my soul. He restoreth my soul. Fill in blank number 3. Why does a restored soul give us life to the full? Why does a restored soul give us life to the full? If you would like to, and you are able to, grab a Bible and open it to John 10. You can flip out of Psalm 23 if you were there, or if you just want to hang on to it on your outline. John 10, 7 through 10. This morning's title is Soul Restoration. Soul Restoration. And what does soul restoration look like? I love the images that Jesus gives us in John 10. We, of course, have this entire section which talks about Jesus being the Good Shepherd. Now, he changes images on us a little bit in this text, but it's okay. Here we go. John 10, 7 through 10. I'll read and you can follow along. Therefore, Jesus said again, I tell you the truth. I am the gate for the sheep. All who ever came before me were thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. He will come in and go out and find pasture. I bet it's even green pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Soul restoration. What does soul restoration look like? It looks kind of like the buffet we have in our kitchen. Now, I used to think a buffet was what you got at the Golden Corral, where you go and you eat a whole bunch of food. But a buffet is an actual piece of furniture. And my grandparents had an old house filled with old things. And when they moved to the new house, they threw out all the old stuff. They said, no, we want to get new stuff. So they had it all in a big heap, and most of it got burned. But some of it, my parents said, wait, can we keep some of that? And one piece was this piece of furniture, the buffet. And it was black, and the varnish had gone bad, and it was nasty. And I said, why didn't they burn it? And my wife said, wait a minute, there's something beautiful in there. So her and her parents who do this antique thing, they got down and they took off all the varnish, all the nasty stuff. And my father-in-law built a new door for it, because it had little doors on it. And they transformed this old, yucky thing into what is now pretty much the centerpiece of our kitchen, if not our whole house. It's the type of piece that people come to your house and go, oh, that's beautiful. And then I always say, oh, I would have thrown it out. Because I didn't see that there was something inside that could be restored. And I'm coming into this antique thing that now I see when you have something that's old and it can be restored, it's almost better than good. Because in that old thing, you can find a richness and a history. And then when it gets restored, not only do you have the richness and the history, but you have functionality and completeness that you can't get in something new. This morning, some of you may be sitting here feeling like your soul is like that old black buffet. Some of you may be sitting here thinking, I don't know. I don't know if I can be restored. Friends, this morning you need to know the soul restoration is as close as the next green pasture, is as close as the next quiet water. So I'll ask you again, what are you going to do to get filled up on green pastures? On the back of your outline, if you haven't drawn a real neat picture there or write notes to the friend across the pew, I'd like you to write one thing you're going to do in the next year to get to a green pasture. And I listed 3, but I know there are a lot more out there. Something that you will be able to do in the next year so that you can have a little bit of green pasture, so you can be filled up. The next thing that I would like you to do on the back of your outline is write down one thing you can do to find some quiet water in your life. One place that you can go, or one time out of the day. I'd just like you to write one thing that you can do to find some quiet water in your life. That'll look different for everybody here. But I would invite you to write that down. Soul restoration can happen if we let the shepherd lead us into green pastures and beside still waters. Because he is the good shepherd. Jesus calls us to be filled up with joy and quieted down with peace. And that is my prayer for you this morning. Will you pray with me? Oh God, we thank you so much for bringing us into green pastures and bringing us beside still waters. But Lord, sometimes I don't want to go. Sometimes I like to just do my own thing and try to make it without following your leading to where I can be fed, where I can be quieted. Lord, there may be others in this room right now who are struggling, who are feeling empty, who are feeling broken. Lord, I pray that you, the Good Shepherd, would restore their soul. Oh God, we need you so much in our lives. We need you every day. And so we ask now that you would show us how we can follow you into the green pastures and beside the still waters. Oh God, restore our souls. For we ask this all in Jesus' name. Amen.